Listen, bro, if you play on controller and you are not abusing aim assist to track efficiently, I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on 70% on your aim. Yes, 70% of your aim. Tracking is a thing that takes skill and is really hard to master. Well, that is until you watch this video all the way through, of course. And with Warzone finally being out and all the movement demons are outside and everybody that has dark matter and all the no-lifers out there, you're gonna need to tighten up your aim as much as possible so you can win all your engagements and win every single match you play. It's possible, trust me. So what I need you to do right now is to get on your knees, no Diddy, and hand me your controller so I can bless it so I can give you aimbot.
She say she faded, faded, everything is faded.
Yo, it's good, brody. Alright, so that. Now, if you've ever been in a gunfight where you're actively trying to track somebody, and when you're doing it, it seems like your aim assist is turning off or you just can't kill them at all, that's what we call tracking. Have you ever pulled your parachute and you're gliding back to your teammates just for somebody to just beam you out the sky? That's tracking. A majority of our gunfights in Warzone or multiplayer is just tracking. And a lot of people might look at it and say, oh, they're hacking, they didn't miss a single shot. That's tracking. Now, the difference between why they can do it and you can't, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, they either know how aim assist works and they're just using it to their advantage, or they have this second option I'm about to show you right now. It's this bad boy right here, an optimized dead zone. And when I mean optimized, I mean they know how it works and they change it so that it fits their playstyle and their aiming and what's comfortable for them. Why is this so important? I have been screaming this since MW3. Dead zone is very important to aim assist. Now, I personally thought it changed at the start of BO6 to where this wouldn't matter as much. Some people will tell you, well, this doesn't change anything, but I have done some more testing. And again, when you have this value a little bit lower, let's just say to 0 or 1 or 2, because it is so reactive and so sensitive, as soon as you move it or adjust your aim, you might overcompensate and take it off of the target, and then your aim assist is not going to work as well. So what do? We change it to where as soon as we move it, it doesn't move right away. So we turn our dead zone up, and we're talking about right stick min. And keep in mind, our dead zone is going to be a little bit different because my controller is still fairly new, so I can turn my dead zone all the way down and still not get any stick drift. So it's up to your controller. I'd say to use this test stick dead zone option, and if you can turn down your dead zone all the way down to 0, and this right part right here where I'm actively moving right now, if it's moving like jolting or jittering when you have it all the way down, or if you have it 1 to 2 or whatever, then you're gonna have to turn it up a little bit more. So this value might not work for you, but I'd say to turn it up a little bit more, maybe like an 8 or 9. Now, I know my dead zone is 6, so I'm gonna stick with 6. Okay, so now we're in private match, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so boom. Let's just say your dead zone is all the way down to 0, right? Okay, boom. 0. Now, of course, you will still have aim assist, most definitely. I'm gonna do an exercise so you can see. I'm gonna aim down my sights, and I'm gonna move my right stick all the way as left as possible and all the way right as possible, okay? So you can see how fast and how slow and the difference with having a 0 dead zone versus a higher dead zone. Okay, I'm gonna go from here and I'm gonna go swipe across, and I'm gonna go all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Now, of course, like the aim assist is there, however, let me turn it back up so you can see. I'm gonna go to, for example, 13, right? Okay, and I'm gonna do the same exercise. I'm gonna ADS, and I'm gonna bring my sights all the way left and all the way right. Okay, now if you see, the aim is a little bit tighter. Now, tighter is good, no Diddy, but tighter is good. Why? When you're in a gunfight with someone and you have a low dead zone, let's just say back to 0 again, it's harder for you to keep the sights on the target because it's so responsive. And sometimes it might feel like you don't have aim assist because of it, and I know what the feeling is like. But if you turn it back up, and I'm going back to 13, I don't play 13, I play 6, but we go to 13 and then you try to track them, the aim is a little bit tighter because it's less responsive, which is good because look at that, like it's not as responsive. At the same time, it makes it easier to keep it on the target. Now I'm gonna do another exercise. I'm gonna keep my dead zone all the way down to 0, and with every encounter you see, I'm going to try my best to go all the way around. So move my right stick all the way around in a circular motion. Okay, just to show you how easy it is to flick off of the target. That's one. That's two. You're showing you how easy it is when you're trying to track them, how easy it is to come off of the actual target itself, no matter if you have aim assist or not. Okay, now I'm gonna turn my dead zone back up to 13, and let's do that same exercise again. Now, as you can see, and I'm fully moving my right stick all the way around. Now, it makes the difference because, again, it's less responsive. And of course, when you're not actually trying to move it all the way around and instead like actually trying to track them, of course, you're gonna look like this. Okay, now that you know how it works, I want you guys to actually actively practice this because it's really gonna make a difference in your gameplay and in your aim. I promise that. What I recommend is to go in private match if you have multiplayer. If you don't have multiplayer, then I'd say to go in plunder and try this out for yourself so you can test it out and see how it works, and then just go from there. Now, if you need settings for aiming, movement, and for graphics, then click on this video right here because it will bring you straight to a video that I did not too long ago about Black Ops 6 settings. Alright, so enjoy.